Now for some more ridiculousness that is Jazzpunk. We'll move on to the main game here. So just before I start, I do want to put out just a slight epilepsy warning. We are doing the glitchless category, so we are going to be watching all the cutscenes, and one of the first cutscenes is very rapid flashing colors. So just be warned that there is very rapid flashing colors in the beginning. So with that, I'm going to get the game going. So time doesn't start until we gain control. I guess I don't know if we want to watch the very intro cutscene. It's not technically part of the run. I'll leave that up to the tech guys.
We got a little bit of time. We can watch a cutscene or two.
All right. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and watch this. This will just kind of showcase how we get into Darlington Station here. I actually follow the developer, Luis Hernandez, on Twitter, and he's been tweeting out a lot about his influences on the games. And so that intro airport scene was actually inspired by, I believe it was the Toronto airport with the abstract art. I believe it was the Toronto airport. It was one of the airports in Canada. They had an art installation from like the 80s, and that's kind of what inspired that artwork. I'm trying to think, there was a lot of the aesthetic in this game was also based on like 1950s predictions of the future, like how technology was going to go. Yeah, so we just have some ridiculousness. Also, the like old school tape recorders and all that fun stuff. It's always been something Luis Hernandez has been like really interested in. Just kind of like the bigger machines. In terms of like the music, he did his best to do like a Mellotron-based sound without actually having the Mellotron, because that is fairly expensive. So, if we're ready on time, we will go in 3, 2, 1. Actually, hold on. I just thought about my control layout. I want to double check that everything is still good. Okay, we are good on that. Okay, sorry about that. So, 3, 2, 1, and go. So, like I mentioned, this is the glitchless version of Jazzpunk. What you're going to be seeing is a lot of the cutscenes, a lot of how the game was, I guess, quote-unquote intended. So, you're not going to see the Darlington Station skip, you're not going to see Soviet Consulate skip, you're not going to see Spider Can skip, you're not going to see
they've taken some of our
Clam skip,
technology, and it's imperative.
And on top of that, you'll be seeing a lot more of Jazzpunk, along with like all the cutscenes. Save loading is out of the question. Same with normally we'd have a save corruption. Here's going to be the flashing colors. There we go. So normally we would do a save load in any %, but since we're doing glitchless, save load is banned. So now we get to watch this cutscene. So there's going to be a ton of cutscenes that we get to see, as opposed to
find the mailbox.
As opposed to doing all the save loads. So the interesting thing about Jazzpunk, so the glitchless run is very akin to the any % run 3 years ago. So when I first started running Jazzpunk, the only glitches that we knew about was there we go. the only glitch we knew about was the save corruption. And over the course of the last two years, we have discovered quite a few more. Like, we discovered the Sylvie Consulate skip, we discovered Spider Can skip, discovered Clam skip. So
Welcome back.
we kind of had to
Our
include
benefactors
Glitchless as a
extend
new
their
category because
you're ready
now
for another job.
overall the time's kind of
Biotech engineer working for Raytheon.
got a little widespread. So originally any percent was only like the world record was over 17 minutes. It was like 17:14 at the time.
We need you to
Now any percent is down to like sub 15.
improvise.
So just by those skips being found, we've now had 2 minutes of cut.
I've got a landline to install.
So just kind of showcasing more of Jazzpunk. So as you saw in Ikiaki, or in Soviet Consulate, that's the way you're supposed to beat the level. You go up, and then you get the tape, and you leave the level. So we're going to go to Ikiaki Alley here. So this is the cowboy that we're supposed to follow, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So normally we would save load, and you wouldn't really see where he's going. Well, in Glitchless, we watched cutscenes, and so we saw that he went this way. So the one thing that does suck about Glitchless versus any percent, I say suck, it's not that bad, is that there is actually RNG in the run, both going to and from the restaurant. And that's the NPCs in the alley. So collect 5 spiders. We're gonna grab the fugu fish. And I missed. There we go. So normally I would probably stand on the conveyor belt. I'd spray and run. Cutscene manipulation is actually banned too. So in some cutscenes you can actually move around. The community has agreed that that is considered a glitch. And so we don't allow that. So we're gonna grab the kidney. That QR code there does actually scan. It says, if I remember, it's like artificial kidney, copyright Neurotech 1958B. I think that's all it says. There'll be another QR code later on in the run that you can actually scan too. That'll be coming up in the night resort,
Bowling joke.
which actually will be coming up here shortly. So the end of Ikiaki Alley is going to be the same as any percent.
This is your last chance. We've tried to reason with you.
The only difference on the temple is that I'm not going to get the fire through the wall like I normally would. So temple's going to be the same. Expedition is going to be exactly the same. The day resort, like I mentioned, we didn't have the save corruption, so I'm not actually going to go to the cake first. We actually don't do anything with the cake.
We'll have to wait for things to cool down.
We're going to wait for this to flood here.
In the meantime,
It's a little too much water, if you ask me.
me.
So we're actually just going to go straight to our room number 405.
Let's go on.
We'll grab the suitcase,
You look like you could use it.
and then we will talk to the director. And then normally there'd be a save load there, and then we do the save corruption, do a wrong warp. But that's not going to be the case this time. We're actually going to talk to the director on the banana phone. That's right, there is banana phone in here. So normally we'd go over to the restaurant and do the cake. And he'd also say something different because of the save corruption with the setup. He would actually say that in our setup rather than in the actual run. So we're going to grab that, and we grab that, and now we have a cutscene.
Change your plans.
Also, if you guys are paying attention, you can tell the director is actually here on the resort. He's in one of the rooms, but you don't know which one. And there are so many rooms. I don't think I've ever actually found him. I don't think he's actually on the resort until this this cutscene. And so now we're gonna come over here. We're gonna gussy up. So as you can tell, I am a makeup master based on my lipstick skill right there.
If you've been to the beach yet, we're having like a beach party out there.
Just gonna come over
I
here.
don't know, you could stop by if you wanted.
I am absolutely distracted.
And so this
by
is
your
why he
radiance.
says the
Allow me to introduce myself. I am
distracted
known
by your
as-
radiance is because I'm actually all dressed up like that lady over there. Also, if you guys can kind of hear, you could actually still hear the footsteps of me moving. The game is programmed just so that if I am holding down any of the directional keys, it's going to make the footstep sound.
You look a little pale.
So that was the day resort. Night resort is the biggest change between Glitchless and any percent. In any percent, it's about a 30-second level. In Glitchless, it's about a minute and a half. So climb skip does save quite a bit of time. So now we're going to just kind of spam so we can get up. And I am disoriented. So we're going to come through here. We're now actually, instead of doing the elevator setup, we're going to come to the back pool. Gonna hop down here. And now we're going to talk to this guy, the conspiracy theorist.
Thank God you made it. I trust you weren't followed.
I probably wasn't
I
followed.
have some pretty big information for you. But first, we need
That's
to
a
take
lot
the
of
necessary
red yarn.
precautions.
If you guys don't
just
like teeth
hold
pulled,
still.
I'd look
This
away
will
now.
hurt you a lot more than it will hurt me. Give me the sign when you're ready.
And there's the giant tooth.
Now they can't monitor us. You should sit down.
Good old
There's
trauma
a
couch over
trauma
here.
couch over there.
So yeah, you only see this cutscene in
Alright, listen carefully. This
in
resort,
Glitchless. It's pretty
all
good.
fake. It's software. We are
Well,
all characters in a
simulation.
simulation.
It's the
It's
best
taken me
cutscene ever.
decades, but I've discovered a way out of here. Find the mechanical boar. Kill it and cook it.
It will lead you to freedom.
It will lead you to freedom.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
I miss being able to say that in every run. So now we're gonna take this ukulele.
Godspeed.
And the boar is cycle based, so if we did everything good, we'll be able to get the boar right here. We're gonna pick that up, and now we're gonna roast it. So you probably missed your chance to do the QR code, but all it'll say is mechanical pig, do not roast, copyright like 1958B. So normally we would skip getting that moth out to open this door, but because that is technically a glitch, we are avoiding that. Also, I apologize for any bitrate issues. That's always going to be the case with Wetworks. One of these days, I will press that button in our marathon run, and it will be awesome. Oh, maybe it'll be a Midwinter Speed Sprinter coming up here. Oh, landed on the table. Right.
Please, have a seat. We've much business to discuss.
So I play it safe in this cutscene just because you can get audio skip, and that would invalidate the run, and we don't want to do that.
Should you wish to see them alive again, please come to 128.
So,
Pleasant
and that
Avenue. Make sure
happens
to
if you
come alone.
sit down
And
in
don't
just
click
the right
right.
frame.
This message will self-destruct in 5.
Well, now that you've mentioned that you can have your run invalidated, I'm going to start blasting gamma rays at the RAM in that computer to try to flip a bit and cause a brand new glitch.
Oh, what was that?
I'm going to blast your RAM with gamma rays to try to cause it to flip a bit. Cause a new glitch right now.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh man, the Jazzpunk community would flip if there was a new glitch just found. And all it would require is gamma rays. Which, funny enough, would be probably the most Jazzpunk thing ever. So we grab the remote so we can talk to the director. And now we've got like a 2-minute cutscene. Kick in?
Over here, Polyblank. No, over here. No, a little more. A bit more.
So coming up will be what we've always kind of
your
dubbed
other
as
left.
the actual run.
Go back,
Bachelor
go back a bit.
Pad can determine
There, stop.
the run,
Yes,
just because there's
there we go.
so much in this level. So coming up, we're going to be doing a triathlon
Polyblank.
of
We've been
games.
expecting
So
you.
we're going to start with
I'll
some
get
mini
right to the
golf.
point. You've taken
We
something
are
of
going to
mine,
do
and so I've
Gravy
taken
Race. I
something
know
of
everyone's
yours.
always hyped for Gravy
What's
Race.
the
It's the best part of the
overarching
run.
principle?
Changed my mind.
They've taken some of your important directives.
And then we'll have our
Oh,
virtual boy
you-
tennis. So shout out to
It's
being able to get a
imperative that you
virtual
get me that in
boy
the right hands.
speed
Oh,
run in a
my
marathon,
own. Improvise. I know you do well.
let alone getting it streamed.
Polyblank, I challenge you to a game of sport.
Once before, as far as I know.
Should you prove victorious, I will free the
There's
director
like
unharmed.
3
As
virtual
I won
boys
the
out in the
dice
wild
roll
that are
backstage,
AV
I'll go
modded,
first.
and
I
one has
guarantee
been
you,
in a
there
marathon,
won't
believe
be
it or
one
not.
hint of
Wow,
foul play.
I today I learned. I never would have imagined.
Yeah, apparently the person who designed the board for the AV mod gave up. So now, like I
Went
said,
with
there
that
are
one
like those
myself.
3 AV modded virtual boys, and that's about it.
Wow.
The consequences are in your hands, Polyblank.
Probably. I don't know what virtual boys are going for nowadays, but that probably like quintuples their value right there.
I haven't had fun like this since killing that drifter in an alleyway.
Oh, did we have a bid war for cart
I'm
color?
so surprised.
I didn't get a chance to actually look.
I am checking that as we speak.
Most
All right.
No, we did not.
Okay. Did we have one for a Save the Director versus Crockification?
No, it appears there were no bid wars for this.
Okay, perfect.
Don't let it get you down, Polyblank.
So I know we've done that every other time I've run Jazzpunk, so they probably needed something
just getting warmed
something a
up.
little different.
Please follow me, and let us begin Gauntlet.
So there's 3 carts here. The fastest one to choose is pink, just because the director is going to be right here. You have to talk to him first, and then it's easy just to do that versus having to run over there. Blue is the slowest just because it's so far away. I am a better driver than this, I swear. So, similarly to... Whoa, okay, there we go. My sensitivity got it added up. There we go. So we wait till we actually use up all of that to grab the remote control, and now it's Gravy Race. I think the Gravy Race music is probably another one that we need to add to our playlist. I'll have to see if I can, like, get a rip of it or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to agree with that. And a high quality rip, if at all possible.
Oh, definitely. Only the highest of qualities. I should mention, so in Gravy Race, we aim for like 45, 46. 47's alright. 48 is anything higher than that, it's like, oh, we kind of messed up Gravy Race.
You're not supposed to be able to win this. On to the next course.
So now we're going to come over to the cart here. We grab his cart because it's actually closer. and we go on to the opposite side of where he's walking because he can actually give you a super boost, which can actually soft lock the game. It's also the reason why we don't jump out of the cart once we get
However, I
here.
must warn you, I'm quite the Matrix Maverick, or some like to call me the video virtuoso.
So we're just going to beat up the director. We don't want to play any tennis. Alright, so now
I prefer to call
we're
this
going to grab all the
reverse
trophies.
winning.
I will say,
No
one
way
thing I am
this has been
disappointed
able
about in the director's cut for Jazzpunk in terms of speedrunning, loading
to-
up
If
the
you would be
virtual
so
boy,
kind as to hand me my trophy.
you can't
You
actually
obviously
exit
make me
out
feel like an oh, I
of the
don't deserve
cutscene
to
until
know
the
my
director
own.
is
If
done,
that's
or
what you
the
call it,
editor is done
another
talking,
trophy for me, is that
and it loses like a second, but it is what it is. So we're actually going to jump sideways because it actually is faster than jumping backwards or jumping forwards. There's your flying toasters. So normally in any percent, you would do a save load there because it does save a bit of time because it loads you back over here. And we're going to go ahead and do crocification. Going to wait for him.
Sam. What Croc's got to do what a Croc's got to do. I mean, you might
And
as well call my mouth now because it's only
I'm
gonna
sure
end
this
one way.
will awaken something in someone somewhere. Don't worry, I'm not judging. I know I make that joke every Jazzpunk run, and I will never not make that joke. So yeah, this has been Jazzpunk Glitchless. You get to see a lot more of the cutscenes, which gave you a lot more of the plot than any percent. And I'm sure you guys probably have even more questions than answers, because that's just what Jazzpunk does. I suppose there's the one last thing is, normally we would grab the pill while it's swinging out. To my knowledge, that is technically not allowed, so we have to wait till the pill bottle is on the table. But time will be coming up here shortly. It says it's as soon as I swallow the pills.
Alright, my sincerest apologies. I've left this tech recording here in
Oh.
the event that I ever get transmogrified into a man-reptile hybrid.
Just
and
gotta
you
see
need
what's
to
out there.
escape the labyrinth that is my digestive system.
I don't
provided
think
some
that
specially
invalidates my run. I
encoded
didn't
for
do
just such
anything.
an occasion. Don't take too many. Oh, and just a warning. I have a particularly violent immune system. Best of luck.
All right, and
Also, please don't harm
Time.
my secretary if I eat her for pudding.
so yeah, that was Jazzpunk Glitchless. It's very akin to what Jazzpunk was on patch 7. And hopefully one day we'll get the patchless version in so we can see what Jazzpunk was like in the very beginning. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, no rush? Alright. Yeah. I suppose I'll let the music play out here. Oh, actually. I will mention a couple things about Jazzpunk as well. If you do pick up the game as a speedrun, one thing to note, if you get a run all the way through Kai Tech Resort, you will have to restart the game before you do another run. Since we've got a bit of time here, if you don't mind, I can showcase this. So, since we beat the game, so we did go through all the way through Kai Tech Resort, I'm going to load up the expedition. So, if you don't restart the game after getting to Kai Tech Resort, I don't remember if it's getting to Kai Tech Resort or if it's beating Kai Tech Resort. But this is a known thing. There you go. The game will soft lock right here. We're not sure why. But yeah, if you pull up the menu, you can choose the options, but the options don't actually pop up, so. And then yeah, you actually soft lock the entire thing, so yeah, you don't even see the menu, you just see Jazzpunk. So in case if you're wondering what game this was, it's Jazzpunk.
Yeah, it's only listed twice on the screen right now, so multiple, even more times depending on what page you're watching the stream on. Actually, now that I think about it, and with that, I believe we're ready to start some setup. We are running a little ahead of schedule, so we're gonna do some spring cleaning around here. We already did mid-spring speed fling though, so it's more like summer cleaning. It's late. I'm just kind of saying things into a microphone without thinking about what I'm gonna say before I do it.
Sounds like a speedrunner.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and hit that transition button.